back in the studio in Northern Quebec. I am very happy to be back. It was so fun down south in Montreal, but it was so busy, so busy. I tried to film, but honestly, everything was just too busy and it would have taken me hours and hours just to edit that video. But just know that I went everywhere, I did everything, I saw everybody, and the month passed so quickly. I can't say that it was relaxing, but it was fun for sure. But now we are back in the studio and I brought back a lot of stuff. Just because the first time around, I didn't want to put too many boxes in the moving truck for some reason. I thought that I had to limit myself. I just brought what I thought would be necessary to pass this first few months here. But now, after a few months in Northern Quebec, I kind of realized that I was missing some stuff. My art goals had evolved and I needed more stuff. And also I wanted to make this feel like a more lived-in studio. So I wanted to bring some things that I liked having around in my other studio. Today I'm going to make a video about everything that I brought back to my studio this time around. I have made a few categories. Let's start with the most exciting things first because, well, everything is exciting. It's just that usually I tend to save the best for last, but I want to start with the most exciting. There is a lot and there are many videos that are going to be coming and you'll understand soon. So the first category is art supplies, but more precisely art mediums. So first we will start by with acrylics. I have 3 tubes. This one I had before. This is the one that I used to create the first layer on this painting there. I like to create the first layer using acrylics when I paint with oils. And I say that like I paint with oils all the time and I'm a pro. I am not by all means, but it's just something that I like doing. And my yellow ochre was almost empty. When I was in Montreal, I had a collab with a big art store. It was so nice and they asked me to paint another painting similar to this one and I could choose the materials that I needed and I told them that I needed a tube of acrylic paint just to create the background, the first layer. So they sent me this and I also went and got these two. I feel like these colors are super interesting, very bright, very lively. I chose these because I thought that they would look so nice if they peek through the oil paint. I just love that. So we have light blue violet and we have pyrrole red. So these are my acrylics. I don't paint with acrylics, so I did not buy these to create paintings with these. I just bought them to create underpainting, basically. I brought some stuff that I don't use much in Montreal, but that I thought would be nice to have here because I would like to host some art making evenings with friends. And I thought that I could bring my maybe less professional materials that is still nice, but that I don't use as much myself. So I brought these, my Prismacolor Premier pencils. These are very good and they're quite expensive. I did not bring them explicitly to share with friends, although I don't mind sharing. It's just that lately I've discovered that when I do watercolors, sometimes I like to do a sketch with a pencil that will not reactivate. And I only had brought 2 pencils like this. I had brought a red and a blue and that's it. So I thought it could be interesting to have the rest of them because anyway, I'm not using them in Montreal. So why not bring them here? Okay, but now the things that I brought to be shared are... Woo! I dropped this pencil. Oh my god. Well, I wanted to show it to you a little bit later, but let's show it to you now. This is a Derwent inktense in lapis blue. I just saw it in the store in Toronto and I thought it looked nice, so I got it. Okay, but the things that I brought to be shared with friends are 2 paint sets that I got from Meeden. I have a collab with Meeden again that I haven't filmed yet, but by the time you see this video, it will be up. They sent me a bunch of stuff. In the past, they have sent me this easel that I love. And they also have sent me a travel easel that I don't, maybe you can see it's in its bag there. And they sent me a bunch of things. So they sent me a set of watercolor paints. 24 watercolors, and they also sent me a set of 24 gouaches. So these I think are gonna be very nice to share with friends when we do painting nights, painting evenings. Maybe we could do like a tea sip and paint. So that's what I thought. Same thing with these. Lightwish sent me a set of oil pastels, which I have made a video about already, and they're so creamy. I have to practice more with these because I think that they have a lot of potential. It's just that I'm not personally used to working with this medium, but I would like to practice, and also I would like to share with friends. So we have that. I brought some oil paints that were part of the collab that I did in Montreal. I have filmed a video about it. I do not think it's up yet, but it will soon. But if you go on my social medias, you will have seen a little reel on Instagram where I did a time lapse basically of me painting a painting similar to this one. And for this collab, they sent me a kit of 20 colors from Winton, which is a brand by Winsor & Newton. This is kind of the student grade paint, but they worked very well and it was a lot of fun. The only maybe downside that I think with these was that the darkest colors were not as opaque as the lightest colors, but knowing that after, it's something that you can just learn to work with. So it's not a big issue, and these are very affordable. So I feel like these are a good deal if you want to get oil paintings that are good and affordable. I also have a few bigger tubes because since this is a really small set, the tubes were only 12 milliliters. I wasn't sure that I would have enough to do a big painting because the canvas I painted was at least twice as big as this one. I got another white, I got a yellow ochre, and I got two other colors that weren't part of the set. So I got azo yellow green and I got raw sienna, which I used and loved. So this was a lot of fun. I fell in love with oil painting. This is something that I plan on doing more and more. I also brought something else for sharing purposes because I don't use them. These are my Derwent watercolor pencils. Right now I'm using Derwent inktense pencils. These I find that the quality is not as good, and they were just catching dust at home in Montreal. So I decided I'm gonna bring them here, and this is gonna be another medium that I can offer my friends when they come here for art evenings. There's more stuff, There's something else that I brought here that I didn't bring the first time around because I don't really use it that much, in fact, in Montreal. But I decided to bring them here because if they stay in Montreal, then I really won't be using them. But if I have them here, hopefully I'm gonna use them. And it is my kit of acrylic inks. I have this old spice rack that I use to set up my acrylic inks. I have a few colors. I have Liquitex and I have Amsterdam, and I have nothing against them. I think it's just in the past year I've been gravitating towards other mediums, but I really like these. So I think that in my sketchbook, it would be so much fun. I want to put them somewhere that I can see them and think about using them. For my oil paintings, I also brought some gloss varnish because I was thinking I would like to varnish this one. So I have this. I also brought more paintbrushes. I got some paintbrushes during my collab in Montreal, so I brought them back, and I also brought this nice vase that I use for my brushes. I think it was handmade. I see a signature. Jacques Creation. Anyway, so somebody made this, and I think it's the ideal height to put my tall paintbrushes. I didn't mean to talk about paintbrushes just yet because this is in another category, but they were on my table, so. Okay, now I have two more things that are so exciting. I'm gonna make videos about them very soon. The first thing is actually two things. These sets of Holbein gouache. I know you know these. I have the autumn and the spring sets. I can't wait to use them. I can't wait. I haven't had the chance. A very kind subscriber wrote me one day and asked me if I like these and if I had them and if I would be interested in having them. And they just kindly sent them to me. They sent them to me a few months ago while I was still here, but they sent it to Montreal because it's very complicated to send stuff up here and expensive. I had to wait weeks before I got these, and then after in Montreal, I was so busy and I had collabs to film and stuff like that, so I didn't have time to play around with these, but I'm so excited about these and I can't wait to try them. I can't wait. And the other thing, these bean paints. I know that I made a video about gifts that you could give to artists for Christmas. Oh! So I spoke about this company. This is an indigenous owned company, and when I spoke about them, I made a few mistakes, and I'm very sorry about that. I said last time that they were based in BC, but that's not true. They're based in Ontario, and I also said that they were putting paint in shells sometimes, which is not true. I think I saw shells that you can use for color mixing, but they kind of create pots with beeswax. So I got a few paints. They had a special price going on, so I selected a few paints, and for some reason these two are the same. I think I made a mistake, but that's okay because the color is so nice. So these are handmade watercolors and they are so pretty, and I've seen them around on YouTube and I can't wait to use them. So they're so cute. So let me put them to the side before I drop them again. They came in this beeswax wrapper. I didn't see that. They also sent me a little dot card with the color Wild Salmon. That is so kind of them. So it came with a little explanation paper. It says, "Thank you for supporting Indigenous family business. The paints you have just purchased are made with local Manitoulin wild-crafted tree sap, hand-gathered, washed, and sifted Manitoulin stone, and the finest light-fast pigment." So Manitoulin is the island where this company is based in Ontario. We strive to be a plastic-free company, and we make all our packaging either hand-cut and sanded reclaimed white cedar and birch, or wrappers hand-printed in shop with plant-based ink and waxed with local beeswax. To see our process and mini tutorials, visit their Instagram, which I will put here, and their website, which I will put in the description below. So there's that, and they also gave me a nice little sticker. So I didn't see that before. I'm very excited. I'm going to make some swatching videos soon. I hope you're ready. Okay, is it cool? It's cool. I brought a bunch of old canvases that were just gathering dust as well at home in Montreal, that I thought that I could just put a layer of gesso on top and repaint, because most of them are painted already. But I thought, what's the point of just leaving them there? So I have different sizes. I have some wood panels. All of this to lead to one of the things that I'm very excited about. Just give me a second. This is a roll of canvas that is already primed with 4 coats of primer, 380 GSM, so 8 ounces, and it is 63 inches by 6 yards, which for me, you know, I have no idea what that means. So it is 1.6 by 5.5 meters. With this, I'm planning on creating some oil paintings, and I'm thinking that I will just cut the size that I want, stick them on the wall, paint some oil paintings, and then roll them once they're dry, bring them back home in Montreal and stretch them there. That's the plan, at least. Then let's move on to the other art supplies that is more, I would say, accessories. So I've already shown you my oil paint brushes that I brought back. I also brought back some other watercolor brushes because I really brought only like a few brushes here the first time around. I don't know why. And I found myself needing bigger brushes or different sizes. So I just brought everything that I had because why leave them in Montreal when I'm not there? I think it makes more sense to have more brushes here and bring the ones that I need when I go back in Montreal because I go there for a lesser amount of time. So it's better to have my main supplies here and bring what I need there. So some brushes here. I brought this drawing paper that I had. I'm not using it in Montreal. I don't think I'm gonna use it here either, but I thought that for the drawing and painting art evenings, I could offer that to my friends. Same thing for this watercolor sketchbook. I also bought a ruler because I don't know why I didn't bring one. And I used this to create horizon lines and I struggled a little bit in the past few months. So now I have one. I also brought this big paintbrush because this is the ideal size to do an underlayer on a big canvas. So I thought I could use this. And there are a few things that I found in Toronto when I was visiting the Above Ground art store, which is a huge art store paradise, if you ask me. I found some boards that are prepped for watercolors, two different brands. This one from Ampersand, which is a museum series panel. Very exciting. Is super solid. And I have this one from Meeden, the same company that makes the Yupo paper. So they made this one on an aluminum backing. So it's super exciting. And I also found, it feels like Yupo paper. It's this tiny sketchbook. It is treeless mineral based paper. So that's why it feels like Yupo paper. It says perfect for wet or dry media. So it's so tiny. I got it. I couldn't resist. Then more stuff. If you watch my oil pastel video, you will have also seen this little sketchbook. This is a watercolor sketchbook that Lightwish sent me, and I used it only once to do a swatch, but the paper was really good. So that's gonna be a new sketchbook for me. I also got a tiny palette that I will want to fill up with this tiny sketchbook. This is made for watercolors, so expect a video on that at some point. And it came with some travel paintbrushes, which are so cheap. I got this tiny set from Temu and I'm very ashamed of it. This one came broken. It's magnetic, so you can close it like this and it takes almost no space. It's so cute. And I have more stuff from Meeden that is part of the collab. This is a porcelain water cup. There's two wells in there and it's very useful. I have used it so far and I love it. They gave me two mixing palettes as well. Two more categories and then we're done. Like, this video is longer than I thought. I brought some stuff for framing slash kind of packing supply. I have some linen hanging tape, but I have no frames, so for now, this is a little bit useless. I also have this tool. This is used to stretch a canvas, but I don't have stretcher bars. So for now, I can't use this, but it's gonna be here if I need it. Or I'll bring it back to Montreal. And I also brought some little cardboard sheets and some little plastic bags, 8x10 sizes. But the problem is that these are both 8x10s, but these don't fit in the bags. But I brought them because if I'm doing a small painting, maybe I could put it in there to protect it. And if I want to sell it to somebody here, then I could just put it in a bag and sell it to them. And it's going to look more professional. There's that. Oh, there's two more categories. I forgot. The other category is just books that you've seen already if you've been watching my channel. I brought The Artist's Way because I want to start it again. I did not finish it last time. And yeah, I want to do it again, give it another go. I've already started this week to do my morning pages, but I haven't started the exercises. So I'll start that. I brought hand build, not because I'm gonna do some pottery here, but just because it looks so pretty. And I wanted to have pretty books like on my coffee table or something like that, just because I want to make this place more homely. And I brought this one, the landscape painting now. which is my favorite book, which, oh, I love it so much. I made a book review of this one and it's so good for inspiration. If you like painting landscapes, but you're a bit stuck and you would like to see different styles, then this book is perfect and it's so inspiring. So totally recommend. The last category is beading stuff. So if you've been watching my channel as well, you'll know that I've discovered beading here, and I saw some material that was pretty cheap. We don't have everything here, like all the hardware to make jewelry, it's quite limited here. So I found some good quality stuff down south, and I also went into a thrift shop where they were selling these beads for very cheap, which was so surprising to me. So I kind of jumped on the occasion and I got a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I have a lot of things and I haven't seen them displayed like this since, well, ever. So, oh, this makes me so excited. So I visited a few stores. I got some nice beads here. These were the beads that were super cheap. For all of this, I think this cost like $5 or something, very cheap. I got this, which is a bunch of different colors. I got these. I got some individual beads just because I had ideas of stuff that I could do, just like these. These I created myself. These are earrings. And they're so simple, but they're so pretty. So I made these. So that's why I also got these, just to create some stuff. I got some hardware, so like earring things. I got some hoops. I got some stainless steel stuff. I got some silver stuff. I got some cheaper stuff as well. Oh, these are beads in the shape of mushrooms. So cute. And I got some projects. I saw some stuff that I knew I wanted to do something with, so I will make some earrings with these. Look at these. These are little fishes. I'll make some earrings with these as well. And a few needles, because the ones that I have here are very small, so I needed longer ones. So yes. That's exciting. I also brought my loom carving that I got in Nunavik just because it makes me think of my grandma. So I would like to have my grandma look over me here in the north. So it's going to stay on my windowsill. So this is what I brought here in Northern Quebec. I realized that I am very fortunate to have had so many different brands sending me stuff, people sending me things. I'm so fortunate, and I have this beautiful space to work in. Oh, there's another thing that I didn't show you. I also brought a big sheet of paper that I won't show you. It's a watercolor paper by the brand Arches. It's quite a big sheet. It is hot press, and it's for a commission that I have that I want to work on here. But it's just a big sheet of paper, so you can imagine it in your head. I won't show it to you. But yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm feeling very inspired by all of these beautiful things. I just want to do a bunch of swatching videos, so I hope that you're ready for that. And I'm looking forward to show you my earring creations and jewelry creations that I'm going to do in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see anything in particular, just leave me a comment in the comments and I will have a look at it. Otherwise, everything that I can link will be linked in the description. I also have an Amazon storefront. If you want to get anything from Amazon, please click on my link first so I get a small commission. If you don't want to get anything, then don't. But if you do, that would be very appreciated. I don't know how much money I make from that. I haven't received any money so far, but it's another way to support my channel. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Take care.